Hi, it's Wendy Hernandez with Command the Courtroom. And in today's video, I want to share a piece of advice with you that is very simple but really powerful if you use it. And my advice to you is that if you're in the middle of a court case or you think you're about to be in the middle of a court case, don't just sit by and wait for something to happen. Take action. For goodness sake, take action. Don't wait for the worst to happen. And the reason I'm giving you this advice today is because in the last week alone, I've had a couple of people come and consult with me, and some really bad things happened involving their families because they didn't take action and they waited till it was too late. So in one of these particular cases, a man had received paperwork from his ex, the mother of his child, and he was advised that she was trying to terminate his parental rights. In the paperwork that he received, there were instructions that he needed to respond. So what he did was he wrote a letter to the court about why his rights shouldn't be terminated, and then he waited. He did nothing else. He made no phone calls to the court or to the other party or to the other attorney. He just waited and did nothing. And then the next piece of paper that he received was actually from the judge, from the court itself. And in that document, he learned that his parental rights had been terminated. So at that point, it was too late to do anything in his case. If you receive paperwork in a case and you have to respond, by all means respond within a timely manner, but also don't wait for the worst to happen. Follow up with whoever you need to follow up with, whether it's your ex or another attorney, or even with the court, the judge's chambers. Don't just sit and wait, because oftentimes you're going to sit and wait, and then eventually you're going to hear some pretty bad news. In the other situation that I had consulted with a potential client a couple of months ago. She was a grandmother to a little girl, just in love with her little granddaughter, and the mother of the little girl had had some issues in the past, and so that's why the grandmother had guardianship of the little girl, and the mother of the child had actually given grandmother voluntary guardianship. Well, grandmother and the mother of the child weren't seeing eye to eye on a couple of things, and grandmother was getting a little afraid that the mother of the child was going to revoke that voluntary guardianship. And she was exploring maybe getting third-party custody rights over the minor child, which is allowed in Arizona under certain circumstances. Well, unfortunately, due to certain financial circumstances, grandmother had to wait in that particular case. She could not take action immediately as she wanted to. And in the meantime, what ended up happening was mother terminated the voluntary guardianship and she took back the child. And now that the child is no longer in grandmother's physical custody, it's going to be a lot more difficult, or would be a lot more difficult for mother to get custody of that child, custody rights over her. So a lot of times things get in people's way. It could be money, it could be a lack of knowledge. But when you are in the middle of a lawsuit or about to be in the middle of a lawsuit or a family court dispute, you must get the knowledge that you need. You owe it to your family to research, to ask questions, to make phone calls, to get on the internet, to go to the law library so you can be prepared and so you're not on the defensive waiting for the worst to happen. Now, if money is an issue, and I understand that it is for a lot of people, especially people who don't want to do it on their own and they want to hire an attorney, and attorneys are quoting retainers of thousands of dollars. Sometimes you have to borrow money. Sometimes you have to sell things. You have two choices. Either you can do it on your own, and if you do it on your own, then you need to get the education and knowledge that you need to have because the judge is going to hold you to the standard of an attorney, or you need to get the money, and that's the end of it. But whatever you do, please, 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 just don't wait. Over the years, I've had so many sad stories come to me, people wanting to hire me after the decision had been made by the court and there were no appealable issues and there was just nothing that they could do to turn the clock back. The time to act is when you're in the midst of it or when you're about to be in the midst of it. So I hope that your case is successful and that you don't end up being one of these tales of woe because you waited too long. Don't wait. Take action now. Remember to command the courtroom. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give me a thumbs down. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. I look forward to helping you do your case. Keep on trucking, and I will see you next week.